been a while since I did any videos on here. The old toolbox is still here. Perfect. What I'm going to fix is this. This is called a Rockbox Chunk, which is made by Fresh and Rebel. I got this maybe 4 or 5 years ago from the place where I worked at the time, and it's like an excellent speaker. But there's a problem. I didn't use it for a little while, and now when you plug it in to charge it, we can try and switch it on, nothing happens because the batteries are dead. You see the lights light up for a second and it just flashes like this. Obviously the batteries are kaput, so we'll need to have a look and see what we can do about it using the back of a pair of tweezers, which is their own tool. And then the whole thing just, it's got some catches up here as well. Oops, try not to wreck it. Okay, this table's a bit sugary. Just stick that in there, it's a bit rough and ready. And then peel that off. So we've got the speakers here obviously. This is like, must be like the subwoofer base, I guess. And then the batteries are in here. And this is where the batteries connect to this board, which will be controlling the charging. So if we disconnect it, so my original plan was to take the batteries out and replace them with new ones, but then I thought maybe it's just the charging bit, maybe it's just because they've got so dead that they won't, that this thing thinks they're knackered, or maybe they are knackered and won't charge them anymore. But all we need really is this bit, and the plan is to use this Frankenstein of a power bank, which died, but it was only the charger bit that died, and then I got this charger bit off of a different power bank, and then I've just sort of wired it in here to charge these batteries up, and then you can also use it as a power bank. So when you plug that in, so that's charging when it does that, so it's charging the batteries. So what I want to do is find a way to connect this battery, or at least these two, the live and the neutral, to this, and see if we can get it to do the same thing and charge, just kick those batteries into life, because maybe the charging circuitry and this little guy is a bit less sensitive. Or desolder these guys here. Somebody remember what way they go on. Oh, touched it there. There's one. Definitely the simplest thing would be to just put new batteries in it, but that'll involve us having to take it all apart and find where the batteries go and stuff. Right, so I've got this off. Got a bit of wire here. Right, so we're going to solder this end. Just get the solder on the wire. Right, there we go. And on this one, right, there we go. That is good enough. Good enough for what we need to do. This goes in here. Remember, the whole point of this isn't to fix this forever. It's just to try and jimmy up something to get a bit of charge into the batteries to see if we can bring it back to life. Right, so we've got the emergency charger with the appropriate emergency light. Let's see what happens when we plug it in. Alright, so I'm just going to leave that now for half an hour, and then we'll come back and see what's happened. And hopefully in half an hour we'll plug this back into the board and then it'll come to life. But I would be surprised if it doesn't. We'll see. It's been about half an hour, so let's see if it's made any difference. So just disconnect this first and then pull these wires out of here. So what we're hoping will happen is plug this in back where it was, in there, and then turn it on. We'll just make sure it's off to start with. Off. And then hopefully it just goes doo-doo and springs to life. Let's see. Plug this back in, turn it on. Nothing. God damn it. So I guess those batteries are kaput. So I'm back in the house now. It was a bit of a silly idea maybe. What I've done now is ordered some new batteries. In the next video, which will be hopefully a lot less of a janky sort of fix where we're twisting wires and force them into bits, and we're going to take these batteries out. We'll get this whole thing taken apart, put the new batteries in, solder them all up however they're soldered up in here, and then plug them in and cross our fingers. And if that doesn't work, this thing's for the bin. It's bedtime.